I think women do bear the bulk of the responsibility because you have to allow men to enter you. That's just like you have to allow a man to enter you. And if you're gonna allow him to enter you recklessly without protection, then there's consequences to that. And yeah, I know I play a part to it, but if you're gonna give me the responsibility of being responsible for your body, then it might be consequences. They don't want to carry the babies. 9 months. I don't carry kids. I could be irresponsible. I can be. It's a difference between being ignorantly irresponsible and consciously irresponsible. I could be irresponsible.
Damn, heard this?
I don't need no one to save me. I was born to be the greatest. All that time in that basement, all that time isn't wasted. Rapping getting faded. I just wanna tell my mom that I made it. Just wanna be the topic of the conversation. Used to rock the gold plated. Now I'm wearing gold chains like I'm famous.
Ain't nobody ever get on the internet and basically become the most famous motherfucking deadbeat. Ain't nobody ever do it. So I imagine that it will have some effect, but I didn't know it would go this far. But I think a lot of men and women resonate. When they hit me in my DMs, it's mostly women saying, I agree with you. You feel me? It's mostly women saying, I agree with you in the DMs. And then it's other men that's trying to hold men accountable. Black men trying to hold another black man accountable, which you can't do. I have to hold myself accountable. So it's just like the reaction is the reaction. You feel me? And the backlash, I don't give a fuck about it. I'm my own man with my own morals, with my own standards. You feel me? I'm gonna stand on my own too. So it's just like the reaction, it don't affect me at all.
I don't necessarily think it's just black men. I think it's men in general trying to hold you accountable. Only like now, I will say this. I hold both parties accountable, but I do hold the woman a lot more accountable than I do hold him. Because the woman, they have to hold the child, carry the child, for 9 months, right? You risk your life giving birth to that child. And he doesn't want anything to do with the child. So now the child is going to be raised in a single parent home. And going back into what I was saying earlier, that just goes back into when I talk about self-deletion or guys deleting other people, random deletions and things of that sort.
Like I talk to girls on my show all the time that will talk about how it just happened, and they'll kind of paint the guy as being the bad guy. But it's like we have all of these choices. You know, like you were talking about abortion, plan B, you can get on birth control. And so it's like, how do you let a guy get you pregnant that you don't even know?
Yeah.
And so,
I think women do bear the bulk of the responsibility because you have to allow men to enter you. That's just like, you have to allow a man to enter you. And if you're going to allow him to enter you recklessly, without protection, then there's consequences to that. And yeah, I know I play a part to it, but if you're gonna give me the responsibility of being responsible for your body, then it might be consequences. That can be anything. I don't have no STDs, but that could be STDs or children. You feel me?
Ladies, you definitely have to be more mindful. If this man is saying, hey, I don't want anything to do with you, you need to take that man at his word. And also, you need to be very, very careful who you give your body to. And not only that, unprotected. Because you could risk getting something. And if you get something, heavens forbid, you know, your child may have it as well. You never know. We only know about 10 situations. There could be, and I know that there's a lot more.
Are any of them trying to get it, like actively, like trying to find you, showing up? Have you ever had them show up at your work, like somewhere that they knew you would be? Anything like that?
Nah, impossible.
What do you mean impossible?
It's impossible. I make good money though. It's impossible. I don't do nothing illegal, but I make good money.
Oh, okay.
But it's impossible. Yeah.
Okay. And why do you feel like it's more on the women than you?
Oh shit, they don't want to carry the babies. 9 months. I don't carry kids. I could be irresponsible. I can be. It's a difference between being ignorantly irresponsible and consciously irresponsible. I could be irresponsible.
Okay. Now, that I don't agree with. I don't think that men should be irresponsible in no way, shape, or form. I don't agree with that. I guess if he's talking about in terms of not carrying a child or not, not having the, let's call it the utensils to carry a child, I understand that aspect of it. But men should definitely not be men should not be irresponsible.
Why do you think modern women are so irresponsible with their bodies?
Because they have a system that would back their ass to fuck up. Child support, you got different type of welfares, different type of government assistance that favors single mothers. So if they are irresponsible, they know there's a system that's going to back their ass up.
Do you think that those women would have acted differently if they didn't have those systems?
Oh yeah, I think more women would be asking men to marry them before they even try to even bear a child, which it should be like that. I really think and prefer women to, you know what I'm saying, kind of take in consideration the type of dudes that you might meet, because you might meet me. And if I don't want you like that, and I don't like you like that, and I accidentally get you pregnant, I don't want a kid with you. So I think women should be more conscious about which men they sleeping with, and hold some type of moral standards. At least have a dude commit to you. You know what I'm saying? At least if you don't believe in marriage, at least have a dude, you know what I'm saying, buy you a motherfucking house or something. You know what I'm saying? So you can have some type of stability to raise a motherfucking child. So I really believe we should get back to this to this marry before you carry type shit. It sounds hypocritical, but
I was gonna say, isn't that hard to say when it's like?
You know what? Yeah, that is hypocritical of what he's just said. Marry before you carry. In his situation, however, I do agree with the overall premise because of what he's just said. Now, when he talked about how modern women who are single, who are single mothers, they do have other resources. They can get welfare, they can get WIC, they have all of these government assistance programs. There's so many homeless shelters for women and kids. It's crazy. Out of all of North America, I believe there's only 3 homeless shelters for men out of all of North America. So that's United States and Canada. There's only 3, right? So it does benefit the woman. Like if she doesn't have a father around for her son, she can still be able to obtain resources from the government. So I understand what he's saying. And then good question by Pearl as well, where Pearl asked him if they didn't have all of these programs, would modern women be actually be more would modern women be more promiscuous? And I would say that the answer would be definitively no, because if modern women did not have these resources, they would definitely be a lot more selective of who they give access to their bodies to. So I do think that there does need to be a way where things start to transition back to that. But I know we are just too far gone in modern day society. So that's just probably not going to happen, unfortunately. But that's definitely something that I wish that would happen.